Goed, next lady for a shave is die Huldeblyk. Alright, nou die Huldeblyk bevat die geskiedenis en besonderhede van 'n oorledene en is gewoonlik 'n kennisgewing in die koerant, met ander woorde 'n doodsberig. Baie belangrike gebeurtenis uit die oorledene se lewe word ook oorgedra en dit kan ook 'n geskiedenis van die oorledene geskryf word. Alright, so 'n Huldeblyk obituary is usually a piece of writing that gives the history and the details of the deceased and is usually a notice in a newspaper. Okay? A lot of the important happenings in his or her life is then also mentioned here, and it could also be like a history of the deceased. Remember, in Afrikaans, the Huldeblyk can be for three different things. Okay? It can be the eulogy, it can be the obituary, and then it can be a tribute. Okay, so obituary, eulogy, both dead people, and then tribute will be for someone who is alive. If they ask you to write a eulogy is a glorified speech, so you will use the notes for the speech in order to write the eulogy. Okay, die Huldeblyk in die koerant, 'n doodsberig in other words, will then be this format that you use. Alright, so jy begin met jou titel vir die artikel. So Koos Du Plessis, die meester van liriek. Koos is vereer vir sy bydrae tot die Afrikaanse musiek en het hy dit nie verdien nie. So Koos is honored for his contribution to Afrikaans music, and did he not deserve it? Daar was net een Koos Du Plessis. Hy was en is seker die beste liedjieskrywer wat nog die gulklank van Afrikaans met musiek laat saamvloei. So there was only one Koos Du Plessis. He was and is probably the best Afrikaans songwriter that has ever put the beautiful sound of Afrikaans together with music. Okay, so die volgende belangrike besonderhede behoort funksioneel en met groot sensitiwiteit en omsigtigheid ingesluit te word. So, the following personal details should be mentioned in a functional manner, very sensitively and with care. Okay, you're not just going to throw information in there because you have to put it in there. You're going to be very careful about what you put in, what you do not put in. Okay, so obviously die naam van die oorledene, that's kind of important because let's face it, if you're not going to know who you're writing about, what's the point of writing it? Adres, this is something that, you know, are we going to put it in, are we not going to put it in? By adres, they don't obviously mean you have to put in Koos Du Plessis wat in 44 Myntjiestraat gebly het in Pretoria Wes is oorlede. Obviously that's not what they mean. But you're going to say Koos Du Plessis was woonagtig in Kaapstad en het 15 honde gehad, or whatever the case might be. Alright, so again, you have to make sure that the address is just the place where he lived, the town, the suburb, the area. Ouderdom, obviously the age at which he passed away. Datum van afsterwe, the date of his death. En die plek waar die persoon oorlede is. So where did this person die? Where did he kick the bucket? Was it in the hospital in Cape Town? Was it in his home in Cape Town? Was it on his way to a music concert? What is the case? Then oorsaak van dood. This is again a very sensitive matter. Think about it. If the person was, remember also, a Huldeblyk of a obituary in this case is not the crime article of the person who died. Okay, so you're not going to tell us the gruesome details. If the person was, let's say, murdered, then you won't say necessarily hy is vermoor, but you will say hy is in die hospitaal oorlede nadat hy in sy huis aangeval is. So he died in the hospital after he was attacked in his house. Okay, instead of saying hy is vermoor. If the person maybe had an illness that is not something one talks about, then you're obviously not going to mention that. Okay? If it's a sensitive matter, leave it out rather. Die duur van die siekte, was it, and again also we're not going to say hy het 4 jaar en 3 maande met kanker gestry nie. You're just going to say na 'n lang stryd met kanker is hy oorlede. So after a long struggle with cancer, he passed away. Okay? Name van gesinslede wat agtergelaat word, so any family members that are left out is fine. Gevolge van die dood. So for example, if we're looking at Koos Du Plessis, he was a songwriter. Then you can maybe in this case say, ons gaan die liedjies wat hy geskryf het verskriklik mis. So we're going to miss the songs that he was still going to write for us, or whatever the case might be. Prestasies en hoogtepunte van vir spesifiek opleiding en gemeenskapsbetrokkenheid. So achievements or highlights in his career, his education maybe, his community involvement. So for example, Koos Du Plessis, you can maybe mention the awards that he's won for his music writing. Okay? Gemeenskapsbetrokkenheid, maybe mention some of the community projects on how to write music, or whatever the case might be. Gebeurtenisse in staaltjies oor die oorledene word gegee. So stories and memories of the person, maybe usually if it's a well-known person like this, Koos Du Plessis, then they would probably ask someone from the newspaper who would actually know him to write information about him in this, or you can maybe contact some of his friends. Ne? Koos Du Plessis was friends, for example, with Lorika Rauch. Then you can say, Lorika Rauch sal altyd sy goedhartigheid onthou. She will always remember his good heart, or whatever the case might be. Okay? But again, be sensitive about that. Persoonlike herinneringe en van familie en vriende kan ook gegee word. So personal memories of family and friends can, not must, can also be given. Die familie kan ook dan vertroos word, so they can also be a word of comfort to the family. Goed. Die leser moet duidelike beeld van die oorledene kan vorm. So the reader must actually be able to kind of get to know the person by what is written about him or her. Vermy sentimentaliteit, so avoid sentiment, don't go all, jy weet, dit is so hartseer dat hy dood is, en dit is 'n totale tragedie. Avoid things like that. It's already bad enough that he passed away, especially for the family, and now by you going all of these things, you're just making it worse. Taalstyl en register is gewoonlik formeel en moet by die Huldeblyk pas. Let's use an example. Let's say, for example, that a comedian passed away. Are we really going to make it super formal? No, he's a comedian. He would have liked his obituary and the stuff that they wrote about him to be funny, or at least a little bit humorous. Alright? But if it is, for example, a president or an old president or something like that, then it should be a lot more formal in that case. Dit moet kort en bondig wees, so short and to the point, so that you can avoid going all sentimental. This is an example. Die Huldeblyk, my gedagtes oor Lucas. This is Lucas Maria. It was an article written about him when he passed away. So you are welcome to read this and use this as an example. Okay? Goed. Dan die Huldeblyk vir 'n lewende persoon. Okay, so this is the tribute. Die Huldeblyk kan ook gelewer word wanneer daar hulde aan 'n lewende persoon betoon word, soos byvoorbeeld aan 'n skoolhoof of 'n onderwyser wat die skool verlaat, die direkteur van 'n maatskappy wat aftree, of aan iemand wat 'n groot of belangrike mylpaal in sy of haar lewe bereik het. So the tribute then is for a living person, and it's usually if someone like a principal or a teacher leaves the school, or a director of a company goes on retirement, or if you have reached a very big or important um, goal in your life. Okay, so in this case, they use the example of Lorica Rauch, wenner van Fiesta. Lorica Rauch word vanjaar vereer vir haar bydrae tot die Afrikaanse luisterlied. En verdien sy dit nie. Okay, this is kind of like a repetition of the above one, but you can see that you can use the same type of introduction for both. Daar is net een Lorica Rauch. Sy het vanaf sy in 1980 begin sing het, die wêreld van die luisterlied stadig maar seker verower. So there's only one Lorica Rauch, and from the day that she started singing in 1980, she has slowly but surely won over the world of easy listening music. Goed. Die volgende inleiding kan in 'n Huldeblyk wat oor 'n lewende persoon gelewer word, gegee word. So the following information can be given. Obviously, naam en van. We need to know who the person is that's being honored. Prestasies en hoogtepunte van opleiding en loopbaan. So I need to know, what did this person achieve in his or her life? In this case, they've already mentioned that she is the winner of Fiesta, which is an Afrikaans music program or program on TV that has a lot to do with cultural activities in Afrikaans and so on. So you can mention a lot of things. Remember, in the Thaler activity that we did, we mentioned the Orde van Ikhamanga that Hugh Masekela won as well. Lorica Rauch was also one of the people to win that, so you can mention things like that. She has won many other achievements in Afrikaans as well, or had many other achievements, so you can mention that. Gemeenskapsbetrokkenheid, any form of community service that they are doing, maybe teaching children to sing, maybe helping people to reach their musical dream, anything like that. Gebeurtenisse en staaltjies, for someone who started singing in the 1980s, 2020, that's about 40 years in the industry now. I'm sure there should be a lot of stories, maybe things that happened, maybe she tripped while she was performing and threw someone with a microphone, we don't know. So something like that, and again, use people that have worked with her to explain to us stories. Obviously, you can make things up. You don't have to be specific about that. But Kurt Darren, for example, sang with her. Maybe ask him, what are the things that is so wonderful about working with Lorica Rauch, or however the case might be. En dan persoonlike herinneringe, any personal things that you remember about her. So obviously, Huldeblyk, in this regard, if they do ask you, should be or will probably be about someone that you know. Maybe for Granny's 80th birthday, you need to write a tribute to her, okay? Of met jou broer se 21ste verjaarsdag, your brother's 21st. Of met jou ma en jou pa se 60ste huweliksherdenking with their 60th wedding anniversary, with mommy and daddy, something like that. Onthou ook om te sê waarom die Huldeblyk gelewer word. So tell us why they are receiving this tribute. Again, vir my sentimentaliteit, avoid being all sentimental. En dan taalstyl en register is formeel en moet by die Huldeblyk pas. Again, if it's mommy and daddy, are we really going to be so strict on formality? We're probably not going to be so strict. But again, try and keep it to a lot more formal than just, you talking to them. That is not really going to work. And then again, kort en bondig, keep it short, keep it simple. Okay, everybody got that? I hope so. If not, please send me questions so that we can discuss. All right.